Day 1150. I am at church. It's about 12:30. Woke up, went to the gym, 4:30, crushed it. Getting back into that groove, which is not the easiest thing to do, but I'm getting there. Did a Warriors of God call. It was a quick call, but it was a powerful call. And then I took my mom to her class and got to hang out with her for a little bit, and then came home, got ready, and then drove to church. And while I was driving to church, I did the Zoom call that we do from the people from the event. And we're going through, and she asked me to share, and I just share some stuff. And then one of the ladies gets on, and she shares, and she said, Chris, I saw your face and just felt so much peace. And she was just in tears. And she's like, I don't know what it is. I just saw your face, and I just felt so much peace. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting. And then we get off the call, and then I jump on another call with a guy who saw the event, and I had coached him before, intensely on some things that God gave me for him, and it was powerful. And he's like, at the end of the call, he's like, man, I have a question. I can't find you anywhere online. I'm like, I want to look for your stuff. And he said, I think man, Chris, this guy is a gym. He's got so much good stuff. I want to hear what he has to say. And it was just those two things. And it just felt like God is nudging me, it's time to get out there to the world again. It's time to get back on social media. It's time to start getting the message that I've given you out into the world. It's time to start recruiting warriors for the end time army. It's time to get out there. And so that was really interesting. And so I'm taking I believe they're nudges from God, because I got so much to share. And I've been off of social media for probably 6 months, 5 months, and I love it. I don't want to get back on at all, but it's not up to me. So if God calls me to get on social media and share, then I will. So I'm just kind of being patient and waiting, and seeing what happens. So but I don't think it's an accident that I'm going through this speaking course now, and God's given me so much clarity on my mission and the vision and all this stuff. And so it's I could come into the social media world, come back online, just focused and mission driven with a powerful message. I could already see it. And so, yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. So tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I have zero plans. What I would like to do is nothing. Just relax all day, maybe watch some movies and work on my speaking business. That sounds ideal. Having to cook a bunch of stuff or whatever, that just sounds like a nightmare. And so, yeah, that sounds great. And when I was at the gym and working out, it was intense, and I was just man, it's just so important that I feed my body, good fuel, and that I get enough sleep. And I remember when I was living in Thailand, I had a trainer and did that for 3 months, and I was eating good and everything, and I didn't lose any weight, and it was devastating. I was like, what? And I talked to someone, and they're like, how's your sleep? How's your rest? And I'm like, oh, I'm sleeping 4 or 5 hours a night. It's bad. And they're like, yeah, that's going to be the problem. It's going to be really hard for you to lose weight if you don't rest. Your body needs to rest. You need sufficient sleep. That's a huge part of losing weight. And so that just hit me today, that just remembering that oh yeah, I got to rest, because I know I'm not getting enough sleep. If I can get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, and go to the gym, it's just next level, because going to the gym tired, going off of 5 hours of sleep, it's not it. I just don't have as much strength. And so yeah, that was a interesting little memory. And so that has to shift. So so I'm about to jump on another call, and then I get to work on my business for the rest of the day, which is exciting.